Hello, and welcome to Gameperial's overview on the new game Dawngate. It's currently in closed beta, and we have access to it, so we're going to give you guys a quick view of what the game has to offer. Alright, let's start off with the Shapers. That's what they call their heroes in this game, and right now they've broken them down into 6 different categories, giving us a little view of what they have in mind. So they have support categories, they have your carries, they have your tanks, assassins, mage characters, and bruisers, and each have their own kind of role and abilities within the game based on their skills that they get from the category. In matchmaking, it's very similar to any other MOBA matchmaking. You have your solo queue, you have a group queue, and you have a custom queue. The custom queue is a little bit different than other MOBAs, whereas you can actually go in, select your own kind of game, and tell them what kind of skill levels of players you're looking for, and people can join your game based on your information. So it gives you the ability to title it, your skill level, shows the owner, and slots. Now in group is to set up a 5-man team to go ahead and play against other people with your friends. So you go ahead and add teammates, and then after you've added all the teammates into your group, you just find game, and it matchmakes you into it. The matchmaking system is still pretty early, so it's not the greatest. But then you have your solo queue, which is just that. It queues you solo. So your selections now. Once you actually get queued for a game, you actually have to select your hero. Now, that gives you a little bit of a customization in your heroes by a couple steps. And the first step here is you actually pick the hero you want to play. After you go ahead and select your hero that you're playing, you go into the next step, which is choosing your perk. Perks are broken down into different advantages that you can gain based on what role you want to fill in the game. You can get extra damage if you want range, you want to sit back, or you can get some extra stats and extra health if you want to get up there and be in the face. So you don't have to necessarily stay back if you want to be a ranged hero. You can get some perks that help you get there and be a little bit more tanky. The next thing you have to do is you have to choose your role. Your role based is what you want to do throughout the game. You have a gladiator, which is good for pushing lanes. You have your tactician, which is good for harassing enemies. You have a hunter, which gives you benefits in the jungle, and a predator, which gives you benefits for going around and ganking other heroes. After you've made your selections, you get to finalize your selections, and then you wait for basically the game to start. This is a good time to strategize, and it gives you a little bit of time to get ready for the game. Alright, so now we're on to the interface. The interface is pretty similar to other MOBAs. You have your characters down here, where it shows your items that you have bought so far, and your Vim. Vim is what the currency is in this game, instead of like your commonly gold. Anyways, next you have your player-specific abilities. This one's actually based on like what your abilities can do. Some heroes, like this one, have to use the health in order to cast their spells. You also get a free ward in this game to place whenever the wards come up. And the next thing you have is your spellbook. Your spellbook you gain at level 1, level 10, and level 20. You get to choose an ability, which are defensive, utility, or offensive abilities to go along with your 4 skills. You also have some extra slots on the end there for health potions and such. Down at the bottom right was your corner, which is your mini-map. And up in the top right, it shows you your ping, your FPS, and your kills and ratios. And then you also have the spirit well timers, which I'll go ahead and talk about here in a few seconds. Next, you have your items. The items are actually pretty interesting how it works in this game. You have different items that you can filter by, which breaks down, but you have your 3 different steps in building an item. You have basic step, which is your first items that can be built into multiple items, your advanced step, which is the next portion of your item, and then finally into the legendary item that you can finally make. And now this is an interesting concept because you can customize your items as the game goes on. You might say, oh, well, I need health in the beginning of the game, but then towards the later part of the game, you need to change that item so that maybe it does a little bit more damage. So instead of building all the way to the legendary for health, you can make it build it and maybe add some extra damage. And the last thing I want to talk about is spirit wells. Spirit wells are pretty unique to the game. There's 4 on the map, 1 in each corner. Each team starts off with 2, and what's nice about the spirit wells is it's the way to harass the other team's gold per second, if you want to say, by going in, and you can actually kill the workers. These workers are what are giving them their gold per second. You can also, after the spirit wells become unlocked, which is after a set duration of time, you can go and capture the spirit well, which you're seeing on the screen right now. Alright guys, that's all we got for right now. The game is in closed beta. It's being made by EA, and it should be a pretty good one. We're looking forward to seeing what they got in the future and what kind of minor tweaks they make to the game to make it more interesting and unique. But anyways, if you guys want to see more gameplay footage of this, we have a video right now on our channel from some stream that we did the other day. So go ahead and check that out, and we'll see you guys later.